Myoho Renge Kyo, Myoho Renge Kyo, Myoho Renge Kyo.
Hey, you guys, you know what one hat said to the other hat? Nope. You wait here. I'll go on ahead. Okay then. So Jack, I was reading about the 9 levels of consciousness. Do you know anything about that? A little bit? What's your take on it? Well, the first 5 levels are our 5 senses. Our sight, our hearing, our taste, our touch, and then you have the 6th level of consciousness is the mind, right? The regular conscious mind. The 7th level is your unconscious mind. And then the 8th level is what they call the alaya consciousness. It's called our karmic storehouse. So that's where you have all your karma. And then the 9th level is the world of Buddhahood, your eternal self, the part of you that never dies, and it's like the part of you is just like pure love, you can say it like that. But it's the only level of consciousness that can't get tarnished. So it doesn't have like a dual nature. It's not like good or bad or, suffering or non-suffering like the other levels where you experience those things. The world of Buddhahood is just like pure love. So that's kind of the way it works. That's really interesting, Jack. How could you apply that to a real life situation? Well, a lot of different ways, but I think, the main thing we're trying to do is we're trying to change our karma, the part of our karma or our tendencies to be a certain way that cause us to suffer. Give us an example, Jack. Okay, so let's say that somebody was abused as a child. They were born into an abusive family, so they grew up being abused. And then, they develop low self-esteem, so what do they naturally do? They attract a spouse that's also abusive. And so, let's say that maybe they're trying all different types of things. They're going to doctors, they're trying hypnosis, self-hypnosis, affirmations, but nothing seems to work. Oh, they're going to a psychiatrist, is that what you mean? So I'll use myself as an example. So before I started practicing Buddhism, I really used to struggle with money. So I was always trying different things. I took the Dale Carnegie course. I was reading these books, these self-help books. I was, just doing all kinds of things to try to change that pattern in my life, but nothing seemed to work. And then when I started practicing Buddhism, I started chanting, all of a sudden all those things that I've been doing seemed to work and money started to flow in. Why do you think chanting made a difference? Well, so from the viewpoint of the 9 levels of consciousness, when I was doing those affirmations and reading Napoleon Hill, I was basically only affecting the first 7 levels of my consciousness all the way through to my subconscious mind, which is very powerful. But I wasn't doing anything to affect my karmic storehouse. So in Buddhism, they say in order to change your karma, you have to tap into your own higher self, your Buddha nature, and then you're able to start to transform this karma that you have, these life tendencies for your life to go a certain way. And so, I guess that made all the difference. Oh, that's very interesting. So it is, karma is very sneaky. It tends to come out of nowhere and trip us up right at the last minute. And, I honestly do believe that doing affirmations can be very valuable, especially, we get programmed when we're young. And those programs, whatever beliefs were imprinted on our subconscious mind, they stay with us, for our whole life unless we do something to deliberately change that. And I think doing these affirmations can be very effective if you are tapping into your 9th level of consciousness, into your own higher self, your Buddha nature. And that's what you have to do to change your karma. Otherwise, again, you get kind of tripped up at the last minute. That's great stuff, Jack.
Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo.